Yo, what's up, goblins, ghouls, mystery seekers? Greg has a magazine today that he wants to read for you.
I do have a magazine.
You don't even know. The world's most haunted places and serial killers.
No. It's the world's most haunted places, creepy, ghostly, and notorious spots.
Let's jump into it. Yeah, so what is in this magazine, G?
There's a couple different places, and it's a couple different places that we wanted to check out as well, which I do definitely still want to go to with you. Is the Shining Hotel, the Stanley, aka.
Is this all stuff in America, or is it like across?
No, it's across the globe. Like they have like Dracula's castle in here. They have the Tower of London. They have the Queen Mary. They have stuff in Australia.
Queen Mary.
Yeah, overseas. But even like the Amityville Horror House, which, I mean, we kind of can debunk and.
Oh shit! Well, that's a good story, and we never did that before. But
No.
I've watched tons of documentaries on it, and I say we.
We should go by the house. I mean, it's not too far away from us.
How far is that in Long Island?
I don't know. Amityville, let's look it up.
Would you say that? I would say that's a good 2-hour drive.
You think so?
Yeah, definitely. I don't know exactly. But if people are watching on YouTube, and if you're not subscribed to us on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to us. We have a new setup. I bought a desk, one of the fully desks that stands up and down. Today we're sitting.
This is Dad's tabletops, though, right?
Yeah, it's Dad's tabletop that he had in the city in New York. And then the legs just come up and we could raise and lower this. So today we're actually sitting for the first time.
First time.
First time ever on the show.
First timers.
Which I got to get Greg one of these chairs.
No,
they're comfy.
I like this stool.
Yeah, but you're like so much taller than I am.
What if I just sat like this? It's 2 hours away from us. Amityville.
Told you. Boom. 2 hours away.
2 hours and 3 minutes.
So yeah, check us out on YouTube. You can watch the video and we might start streaming this live. What is your thoughts about streaming live?
I mean, I like it. I just hope like that people will tune in, subscribe, or like chat with us while we're doing live, because that makes the show more fun for us.
Yeah,
it's
almost like it's more organic, you know, where we're talking about these things, whether we pick it out from a magazine or a book or anything. And then we want you to join the conversation because we don't know all these legends.
Join in.
Yeah, join in, shall you?
Haddonfield, Illinois. We'll be there at Halloween night, 1978.
I was actually thinking about Halloween this year.
What about it? What do you want to do?
That was the thing. I don't know. Like, what should we do? We missed the 100th year anniversary of Anoka, Minnesota.
Well, yeah, they didn't have it.
But there's a lot of shit going on right now in Minnesota. But anyway, maybe we can go somewhere and do like a live show.
I think
that's what I want to do with the show going forward. We're going to post some videos of me, Greg, traveling, you know, our own home state, but at the same time, maybe home state haunts. But then also like, you know, going out to Colorado to the Shining Hotel or some other places. We definitely need to do that a lot more.
All right.
Well, getting back to the subject, because Greg brought the magazine.
Yeah. I mean, people, like, we could talk all about what we want to do. I mean, people just want to see it. I think we just show them what we're going to do.
Yeah, we're going to let you know.
I didn't really know about, like, I knew about Ed Gein, but I didn't know, like, all the shit that he did. Like, I knew that Psycho was based off of him, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The House of 1,000 Dead Corpses.
Is that the one thing you read in the magazine?
No.
You just flipped through it?
No, what's in the magazine is just, like, how he actually got caught.
Oh, okay.
It says in November of 1957,
yeah,
Plainfield, Wisconsin, where he was from, was shaken to its core by 58-year-old Bernice Warden. The owner of a local hardware store, disappeared. Her son was actually a local sheriff, found blood in the store, and then the last receipt from the store was antifreeze purchased by Ed Gein. And tracing him down, he was arrested, apprehended, whatever you want to say, in a grocery store. So then when they went to his farmhouse, the mom was decapitated, hanging in his shed. Like her arms and her legs were all roped together, but her head was missing.
Does it say how many like he actually killed? Because I'm looking it up right now, and I'm just on the Wikipedia.
So like
for reference,
really
it says 2 murderers confirmed, 9 corpses mutilated,
obtained
so what he would from I guess the graves in his house.
Yeah, what he would do is he would go to this like local cemetery, and whoever resembled his mom, that's where like the Norman Bates thing and Psycho came into play. He would dig them up and bring them home. So he really didn't kill that many people. But he said he would go to like the cemetery. He said over 30 graves he dug up, and then he would come out of his like trance, I guess.
Yeah.
And then like put the grave back. But like 9 to 12 women he brought home, and he made like he would reupholster chairs with their flesh and their skin. He would make clothing out of their like legs and skin and flesh. He would.
What is wrong with people?
He would make bowls. Like from like their skulls, and it was weird. Like in the magazine, his house is one of the pictures in the magazine. It's all like it almost looks like a hoarder house.
Does his house still exist? Do you know?
No,
Does
it
it
burned
say
down.
That? It burnt down. And it was in Wisconsin.
It burned down in the 70s. His car was the only thing that survived. It got sold at auction to like a carny, and they were going around like giving rides with people. If you go down to like the bottom of the Wikipedia page, it said like. Gibson bought his car, and it's called like the Ghoul car or something like that.
This is the one thing I'm fascinated about, and like that you mentioned and you brought up this topic that you didn't know a lot about, like serial killers. Why? First, one of my questions is why do we have obsession with serial killers? And the second one is Connie from the UK, our weird news correspondent, sent me an article. Mm-hmm. No, we didn't even know we were going to actually do this. And it said, how many uncaptured serial killers are really out there?
Oh, I think there's tons, man.
Yeah, well, that's what this article was saying. And it said, like it can go in. I'll link it up in the show notes for sure. But it said right here in this article, it said 2,000 theoretical killers that could be out there right at this moment, right now.
Well, yeah, man.
That's according to like the FBI.
I mean, I think, like I said, you can get away with it if you don't tell anybody. It's much harder, especially now with DNA, but you definitely can get away with it.
Well, yeah, it says there are more than 220,000 unsolved murders since 1980.
Yeah.
It just boggles my mind. And it says, so then you put that in perspective, how shocking is there are at least 2,000 unrecognizable series of homicides, they said.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this. I mean, you probably knew this too, but the definition of a serial killer, all you have to do is kill 2 or more people.
Correct.
So the article was interesting, and she sent it to me. So it's kind of funny that, you bring in this magazine and talk about Ed Gein.
But like the funny thing about this guy's house, though, they were saying, the investigators, like I said, it resembled a hoarder house. Like if you went in his kitchen, there's shit everywhere. But upstairs where his mom lived, it was never like touched in like the 14 years that she died, from when she died to when he was like caught. 14, 15 years.
So I have to look more into this because I didn't know, like, what did he just kill his mom and then like no one
his
questioned
mom died.
It? Oh, his mom he didn't kill her.
It doesn't say that he did. I don't think he did.
Dude, yeah, like look at this list. Searching the home, the artifacts that were found: human bones and fragments, a waste basket made of human skin.
Yeah,
it's fucking.
He had a belt made of like women's nipples.
Yeah, it says Mary Hogan's face mask in a paper bag.
That's ridiculous.
Mask made of skin of female heads.
Well, that's where like Leatherface comes into play.
Yeah. Well, all those horror movies are based on somewhat of a truth. Like we did like Scream. Scream's based on, some type of...
What about like Michael Myers? What is he based off of? Nothing?
Well, yeah, there actually is based off of like the original plot of the movie wasn't really Halloween. It was like the babysitter murders. So during that time, like we did The Town That Feared or The Dreaded Sundown.
Sure, yeah.
With all those like babysitters being murdered. It was kind of spawned off of that. So that was like the original thing, which it does make sense. And it's just weird.
But like, how do people get into this shit?
I don't know. Like, I don't know what kind of upbringing. I mean, maybe that's another thing that we should look into, like the FBI like profiles.
Your upbringing? Yeah, but then like, see, it's weird though, because not everyone that had a shitty upbringing
turns out this
way. You could have the best fucking upbringing and then turn into a psychopath. You know?
That is true. Like, I don't know. Like, I look at it too, like everybody has some type of thing, you know, that they're passionate about.
Yeah, but do you think everyone has this in them and it's just clicked on by something?
I think so. It's almost like an animal instinct, I guess. I don't know, though. I have no clue. I never studied this, so I don't understand this mindset. I don't understand the mindset, too, like that's prevalent in our society today of people going around and just shooting people. Like, oh, let me go to the fucking supermarket today and just start fucking shooting people. Like, I don't understand that. I mean, Mom, when I was younger and I was obsessed with Halloween and Michael Myers, and I was, how many years was I Michael Myers for Halloween, or just like dressed up throughout the year of Michael Myers? Mom really thought I was going to turn. Yeah, Mom thought I was going to turn into like a psycho serial killer. She's like, "You're not allowed to watch this shit no more."
I mean, maybe you are though. Like, I don't know. What if you are?
You're
maybe one of those 2,000 people.
I'm in my happy place. Who am I killing? Do you know?
Again, I don't know.
You know what that brings back? The movie. I know you really enjoyed this movie.
Which movie?
You know what I'm going to say?
Mr. Brooks?
Yeah,
love Mr. Brooks.
It freaks me out, but it is a great movie. Kevin Costner, if you haven't seen it, Mr. Brooks, check that movie out.
He was a serial killer.
Yeah.
And then at the ending of the movie, I don't want to give it away.
Spoiler alert. Yeah, but that movie's what, like 10 years old by now?
No, it's got to be longer than that.
Demi Moore's in it.
Is she really?
Yeah, she's the cop, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah,
And
Dane Cook is in it.
Dane Cook's in it. And the main character, Kevin Costner.
Yeah. Well, yeah, then his daughter turned out to be the serial killer.
Well, yeah, so in that movie, they almost make it seem like it's genetic. Like she has the same, and he calls it like a disorder.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I forget the gentleman's name that plays his conscience, you know, where he's like talking to himself.
True. Let's look that up.
Yeah, look that movie, because it is a good movie. Maybe I should watch it. It was on TV the other day, and I just happened to pass through it, and I just watched a little bit. And it was the end.
2007 it was made.
Yeah, see? I knew it was more than 10 years ago. Boom.
Yeah,
Mr.
Dane
Brooks.
Cook, Demi Moore, William Hurt was Marshall, his like inner conscience.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was.
And he's best known for, let's see.
Yeah, what else was he in? I can't picture any movies he was in. I like Kevin Costner's movies. I like Demi Moore's movies.
Demi Moore was hot back in the day. The Village.
I mean, she still
Remember
is hot.
The Village? That was a stupid ass movie. It was a cool premise, but it was stupid.
Everybody shits on M. Night, but I think his movies are really almost like, I wouldn't say, I hate throwing around the word genius, but I feel like I can't really think of like the word, but he just has these amazing, like Signs.
Signs was a good one by him.
What was
remember
the one
The Happening? That was fucking retarded.
with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, that was fucking, the trees are killing people? Really? Mother Nature's killing people? No.
Yeah, it actually can. But science has proved that like they do communicate with each other, and they can.
I get that, but like, come on.
See, that's where I think like the genius lies in his way of like thinking. And like The Village was just a really cool premise.
It was a cool premise.
Like just shit's hitting the fan in society, and they say, "Fuck it, we're starting our own." And just to keep the people in this community, they kind of, and it's a prelude, I guess, what's going on today. Like fear is a great motivator, and that was fear in that movie keeping all these people together in this one place.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I enjoy his movies.
Was it fear, or they just wanted to get out of society? I think.
Well, they wanted to get out of society, but how did they keep all the people in there? Like they said, don't go in the woods. You travel in the woods.
Yeah.
They had lookouts around the whole perimeter of the property because they said if you go in the woods, these creatures would get you. So it's fear keeping people. I think that's what it is. Fear is a big motivator in a lot of people's lives, and we saw it this year and even into this year of what's going on. I don't know, bro. It's crazy.
What do you think? Stephen King's then a genius?
I think he's a brilliant writer.
Because it ties into this book too with The Shining Hotel.
I hate throwing around that word genius. So I don't know. Maybe genius is not right, but I feel like it's almost over our heads. I guess that's what I was trying to really say as far as his movie and his movie styles, because it's something that's like, it's plausible, but it's so outlandish that it could be like true and scary at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's really cool about him. Yeah, and The Shining. What does it say in The Shining about in this magazine?
1974 best-selling novel. Stephen King was on vacation with his wife at the Stanley Hotel in Colorado. Wandering through the corridors, basically, he tells of a ghost story. The night I dreamt of a 3-year-old son running through the corridor, looking back over his shoulder, eyes wide, screaming. He was being chased by a fire hose, which is interesting.
It is absolutely
Says this was the inspiration to his novel. The hotel was built in 1909 by F.O. Stanley. 140 rooms. Ghost hunters, it says it went there.
Ghost hunters.
Which I guess we really found out about it through the ghost hunters, right?
Well, I remember watching
The Shining,
the movie, and then you realize, oh, cool, where's that place? But yeah, I guess like the ghost hunters put it on the map of people really like, besides people who are obsessed with The Shining.
This is a cool fact that it says other ghosts include Paul, the former hotel's maintenance man, who still enforces the hotel's strict 11 p.m. curfew by telling night owls to get out.
That is pretty sweet. See, and that's another thing too. Like anybody that I talk to always has like ghost stories, and they tell me ghost stories when they find out, like, oh, I do a podcast about this shit. But I feel like it's still not mainstream, even though like the Time put out a magazine on this shit.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool.
It's Life.
Yeah, Life. It's a pretty cool magazine.
Yeah, and I think there's tons of new stories that we could still do and talk about.
Sleepy Hollow's in here, Headless Horseman.
Is it really? Terrytown.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow.
Terrytown. They changed the name.
Yeah, it won't.
Yeah, well. Have you been up to Sleepy Hollow?
I've been I've been up there, yes. I haven't really done anything really up there.
There's not really much in the town.
There's
only a few things that still exist, as far as the legend of Sleepy Hollow. The cemetery is really cool to walk around. Maybe we actually once October we can go up there.
COVID.
What?
COVID-tober.
That's coming to theaters near you. Watch.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like we talk about like this a lot, like the serial killers, right? Like some get popularized and some don't.
Yeah, I always wonder that too. Like, what's the biggest reason for serial killers? Why don't they get caught? And like, yeah, how did some people really fascinate about one serial killer but not like another one?
Yeah.
Like, what I find interesting too about this whole thing is people's obsession with it.
People love murder. People love
what
gruesome stuff. Like look at back in like the olden days, like the Roman Colosseum. You would go watch people fight to their death.
Yeah, but remember,
we've always been fascinated with death because I don't think people understand death.
The Night Stalker.
He was fucking creepy, dude.
But remember at the end of that where they showed how many like women showed up?
Yeah, and letters he was getting, like how many, everything, yeah.
Even Ted Bundy, all these people, like, he was killing women, and these women are throwing themselves at him. That's the one thing I never understood.
Well, there's some sick people in this world.
Which I get, and how do you combat this kind of stuff?
I don't think you do. I really don't. I think people are always going to do this kind of shit, no matter what.
Yeah, and I would love to have somebody who's a homicide detective on
the Missing 411.
That's a whole nother thing too.
Fuck that guy.
Do you think that is like serial? I wouldn't call them. Maybe they are killing because most of them end up dead. But do you think has a work of a serial killer, like a copycat serial killer, or just
I don't know
something outworldly? I would really love to dive into the 411
again
cases and really. Talk about it and maybe try to have
him on again.
David Paulides on, which I don't think he'll come on.
No way.
Because he has a certain narrative that he sticks with.
He doesn't like when you question his narrative.
Yeah. He wrote a Bigfoot book, like one of his first books, but then he says there's no linkage to like his disappearance from Bigfoot. But he kind of throws out those theories if you ever watch his videos time to time.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck?
I don't know, man. Like people like that who stick to a narrative and aren't open-minded about like certain things, like I very discredit people like that.
Yeah, but do you think like I was thinking about this the other day too? Like it's a good, you brought that up, like as being open-minded, because I think I try to be open-minded.
About the dogs?
No, not even just about the dogs.
The dog theory,
but just like. Think about just politics. Like people say like, oh yeah, I'm open-minded, like I'm understanding, but they're really not because you're just one-sided. Same thing with like this. Either you have people that believe in ghosts or people that don't believe in ghosts.
Which I don't know how you don't believe in something else out there. You may not call them ghosts. You can call them whatever you want, but
demons.
there has to be something else out there. There's
Aliens.
too many unexplained shit
Too
that
much.
either, Bigfoot or ghost or UFOs or the supernatural.
I mean, there is.
There's too many unexplained
That's why
things.
I love it. Like the Crypt Keeper.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
That was a good show though. Tales from the Crypt.
I know. I want to try to find the whole series.
Tales from the Crypt. Twilight Zone?
I've been
What about
watching the
Twilight
cartoon
Zone?
as well.
What about the Twilight Zone?
I do like the Twilight Zone. Have you watched any?
Recently, no. Remember they used to always be on like New Year's Eve?
Yeah, Dad
would watch them.
Yeah, we would watch a bunch of them. There's something on the plane.
Oh, dude. I remember the one.
Something's out there.
Yeah, I remember that one.
There's a lot of good ones. I want to go back and rewatch some of that. I mean, I was a fan.
I'm going to rewatch Double Trouble.
Dude, that's a really great movie. Why'd you say that? That's actually on my
I looked up
Amazon.
I looked it up like the other week. Double Trouble. I remember Demi Moore in that movie was hot.
Say?
Demi Moore. She's in some good stuff.
She's in a lot of good movies.
She is. G.I. Jane.
I haven't seen that in a while too, but yeah, that was a good movie.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd and Chevy Chase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget about John Candy.
Oh yeah, it's true. John Candy was in there.
They all played like a bunch of different roles, which was cool. That was like a weird. You wouldn't call that a horror movie, would you?
No, it was just like a
thriller sort of drama.
Yeah, something like that.
Drama. The drama in this series.
I don't know. I mean, getting back to like this book though.
Yeah, we're all over the place today. I like it.
Get to the Queen Mary at some point. I definitely want to go to the Shining Hotel, and then I say we do take a trip, maybe one of our videos in not so distant future, the Amityville Horror House.
Well, we can do that, and then also go out to a couple other places that are on Long Island, or just look up some mysterious places. Or if you live on Long Island and you listen to the show, or watch us on YouTube, let us know if there's any cool places in Long Island that we need to check out, film, maybe do something live. Yeah, the Amityville. Yeah, see, that's another thing too, like, which so much information out there and so much that debunked the Amityville horror.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
the guy did kill 6 members of his family.
Right, I get that. But we don't really talk about like the actual murder that actually took place at the house. We always talk about, what came after, like the ghost stories.
Yep.
And then that thing turned into movies. And I feel like just people, what they watch on TV, that's what they, sticks with it.
Think, yeah.
So if it's not on TV, because think about how many murderers happen on a daily basis. Like even just what's in the news now. Like,
you don't hear about
what's nationally known. And then there was a 12-year-old girl that was just gunned down in our home state in Newark that no one fucking talks about.
No.
But that doesn't get national news because it doesn't fit whatever narrative they're pushing.
Yep.
And then also just doesn't, I don't know, it's not as sexy. Like it doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't, yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, why do we do this? Same thing with Ed Gein. Why do, polarize Charles Manson?
Like
Ted Bundy.
I think the Alaskan serial killer, that guy was, more fascinating than, some of these
Well, yeah. Can anybody name his name?
Shit.
Exactly. You can't either because it's not like one of those well-known. It's not like as sexy, but it is a cool story.
Dude, he would hunt people down in the Alaskan wilderness.
Right. He would send them out. It's almost like the best game is people. Yeah. Even I can't think of his name, but that's the point. It's like you have
Robert Hansen.
Yeah. That was a good. Who is it? That movie that you sent me? Nick Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yep. Robert Hansen. Yep.
Nick Cage. And he was
The
like
Frozen Ground. That was what the movie was called.
Yeah, Frozen Ground. If you haven't seen that, that's a good movie. If you're looking for a new movie to check out, definitely check out Frozen Ground because that was a good movie. I did enjoy that.
It didn't do too well at the box office though. $5.6 million, but the budget for the movie was $20 million.
Oh shit.
2013 American thriller.
Yeah, see, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with like where we talked about millions of times about YouTube. It's like how do some people fucking blow up? How do other people don't? Like when there's so many great creators out there, you just never fucking know. And that's what
this guy looked like a serial killer though.
Because what? He had like the glasses.
No, he just looks.
I mean, he looks sad.
He does. He died in 2014 though, 75.
Yeah,
Bob the Butcher Baker.
See, why do we keep these people alive? Why do we let that happen? Like they do such horrific shit, and we just keep them alive. Like, fuck it, keeping them alive.
Yeah, I don't get
like,
it.
let's put them in the prison system. Like, I mean, I understand we're different than the other world. We're more just, and we have a system that's put in place because of this. But at the same time, like, I don't get it. I'm sure a lot of people won't miss that kind of stuff. And then if he gets out again, is he going to kill again?
Well, he's dead, so
I understand, like, he is, but I'm just saying, like, with just reading this article, I'm going to link it up in the show notes. I got to put this into the show notes page so I remember. But at the same time, just reading this article, you think, like, holy shit, there could be someone.
Well, it's like they think like the Zodiac killer, right, was in prison because the killing stopped for a while, and then like they picked back up. So they think he was in prison for like unrelated crime, maybe.
That's another thing that we never even touched into.
The Zodiac. I mean, we maybe did that like could the be cipher, but
we did. Maybe that could be like our first live show or something. Because I know a lot of people are obsessed with that.
There is,
and there's so much information.
There is so much,
and that's the same thing.
And
like,
they never know. They don't know who it is.
Yeah, and again, you want to talk about being open minded. There's so many people out there that said, "Nope, this is the guy. This is the person." What was that? A Zodiac. That was a decent movie. It was long.
I didn't see it. I saw like not the documentary, but the History Channel did like the thing like catching the Zodiac killer.
I mean,
that and like Hunting Hitler. That was also a great show, I thought.
Hunting Hitler?
Yeah, just because he didn't die in Germany. That's been proven.
Yeah, you don't believe that?
No, it's been proven.
You believe he died in South America?
Yes.
Oh, shit. I think, we did talk about that too. And that theory is very plausible. But then again, like, I don't know. I'm not out there.
Well, because they did DNA evidence on the skull that was found.
And it was a woman.
And it was a woman.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. And people were still afraid in South America to talk about World War II and Nazis and everything like that.
Yeah, this world that we live in is pretty fascinating. There's a lot of fucked up shit.
Well, it's I think it's better that people like have a conclusion or ending to things than not. Like if you told people back then, that Hitler got away, people would freak out, you know.
Well, yeah, just same thing. Read this article and then you realize, like, oh, there's how many serial killers that are possibly out there? Yeah. There's how many crimes? Like, again, there's over 220,000 unsolved crimes, unsolved murders since 1980. So how many people are actually still out and about? Just look at Dateline. Do you ever watch Dateline?
Yeah, I do.
Like, how many people... Dateline has a new episode. I don't know how often they come out. What, like once a week? Twice a week, 3 times a week. But think about once a week, there's just somebody else that got murdered. Dateline's talking about it.
Well, it's like the first 48 that's on A&E, right? And it's like if they don't catch, like the statistic is like if they don't catch like the killer within the first 48 hours, like the likelihood is like almost non-existent that they're going to catch them.
Yeah, I'm just typing in how many people are killed each day in the United States.
Like murdered?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people that die each day.
Well, yeah. I don't know if this is
homicides right there.
Where? Second one?
Yeah.
This is from the CDC. Can we trust this information? All homicides, all deaths, 19,141 deaths per capita.
All right, so if you,
firearm homicides, 14,000, but when this is from 2009.
So 14,000, let's say, like a year, right?
So
that's 38 deaths a day.
38 deaths a day.
From firearms. All homicides, right? Was it say 19,000?
Yeah, just you could even round it up or just round it down to 19,000.
That's 52 deaths a day.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts when you look at those numbers.
Basically, that's 2.1 deaths per hour.
Well, yeah, and it looks like we're like a year behind. This is from 2019, the numbers.
2 people die an hour, basically from somebody else killing somebody. Either by like car accidents, firearms, could be accidents,
stabbings,
could be anything. Yeah.
Stranglings.
What do you think the worst way to die is?
Slow and painful, whatever
like
it may
burning
be.
Alive?
That would suck. Just anything that's slow and painful.
Like drowning, you think would... Like if you knew you were drowning.
I mean, I feel like that would go quicker.
Than burning alive?
Well, then just think about if you were in your car and you got into a car accident and like you're impaled. And it's like, dude, you're just dying and you're just sitting there. Like I can't even think about it because it fucking sucks. Like hopefully anybody that goes out quick.
You would hope so.
that's just so weird to think about too. Like,
Well, that's why I think people are enthralled with people dying, is because it's the unknown. You don't know. You don't know what happens
I don't want to
next.
see people suffer. Like, the older I get, every time I pass like an animal that was run over by a car, like a deer, you know, a squirrel, a cat, whatever the fuck it may be, like my heart fucking breaks now as I get older. Like, I don't want to see any animal like hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen
You just want to see human beings hurt.
Human beings are assholes, but
Most of them.
I don't want to see people hurt. No, but at the same time, like, I don't know, it just sucks because I've seen deer firsthand.
just get boom plowed.
Yeah, and then just you could see it in their face, and like they're struggling. You know, it's like not gonna last. And
No.
I had to make calls where I'm like, yo, you have to send somebody over here.
What about that shark we found on the beach?
I mean,
I'm
yes,
an elite survivor. I was attacked by a shark.
yeah, sure.
Hey man, it was in that water.
Elite survivor.
I'm an elite survivor. You don't know what it feels like.
Oh.
You weren't attacked by a shark. The shark was huge.
I actually carried a tiger shark away from a crowd of people that were fucking throwing it around.
See, that's fucked up. I would beat the shit out of those people.
Oh yeah, your buddy was there
Yeah.
when that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a call on the radio.
A little dusty.
Yeah, and it was just me, and then he comes out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? And he's like, oh, I'll get the crowd back. You grab the shark.
Grab that shark.
So I
Elite
fucking,
survivor.
yeah, he was like getting people back and fucking grabbed the shark, put it in the gator, and drove away.
Where'd you put it? That thing die?
I probably did. I took it like a mile down the beach at the time, and I let it go. I don't think it made it, but yeah, it sucks, man. Like, the older I get, I have a more appreciation, and I don't want to see, like, especially like innocent animals like suffer. People are dicks, but I don't want to see nice people suffer. Like the fucking dickheads of the world, fuck them. But like the nice, genuine, good people that are still out there, yeah, I don't want to see that to anybody. And then like to have these people who are serial killers, like, yeah, it makes a cool horror story. And then when you really think about it, like, oh shit, this is actually real life. Like, this is based, like
Scream.
yeah, like this shit's based on real life. Then you're like, fuck, man. Like, I wish I was there to just beat the shit out of these people.
Yeah.
But then again, like, I don't know.
The Night Stalker.
Yeah, like, fucking asshole, man.
Dude, if I ever ran across him, I would just shoot him right in the bucket.
Yeah, but see, that's the difference between like a normal person, which I think, again, it comes back to the whole thing, and that's fear. People are afraid.
Yeah, most people are, yeah.
Because it's like, oh shit, if I do something bad, I'm going to go to jail. This guy's not. But at the same time, like, I don't want that to happen, like, to good people, you know?
Someone breaks into my house, boom.
Yeah.
I'm just going to laugh. I'll be like, hey, buddy.
Well, do you
Picked
see
the
those?
wrong house, son.
Yeah, did you see those videos that are going around? I don't know if it's like a TikTok or something where it's like, Alexa, intruder. And then like it shuts everything off. It turns red and they play like a song.
That's awesome.
Yeah, look those up, whatever they are. They're funny, but yeah, I don't know what you would call it on there. But it's like, Alexa, intruder. And then it turns everything off. It turns like a red light on. And then again, it's on TikTok, so it's not fucking real. I don't view anything on TikTok as real, but it's just funny.
Intruder alert, TikTok.
Intruder alert. And then it just plays like an amazing song.
Intruder alert.
Greg's playing it now. Say?
Turns every light red.
Yeah. Which, how the fuck does
Dude,
it
if you walk into somebody's house and they say that.
Yeah, but you're already...
You picked the wrong house. Hope you said your prayers.
Hope you said your prayers. Get out of my fucking house. That's awesome. But I think too many people would shit their pants. Like, if that actually happened, I don't think people would actually do that. They'd be shitting their pants.
But dude, that would be fucking amazing.
That would
if you
be.
had a safe word, because then it would probably jack you up. And then the guy won't know what to do. And it automatically locks the doors. He can't get out. And you're just sitting there, yeah, like you get pumped up.
And just beating the crap out of the
Yeah.
person. I mean, that would be cool. And I hope it does happen. But, and again, everything's fucking filmed nowadays.
That's true.
So it's, I don't know how people still commit crimes because everything's fucking film. You're out there, but people still
it's
get
like
away
that-
with shit.
We should do an episode on like the, I think it was it Asbury or...
What, in our state?
Yeah, it was the Asbury. The girl like inherited a bunch of money from her mom, and her best friend killed her
Oh, yeah.
off the bridge. What
That was in Belmar.
Belmar? Yeah,
Yeah.
Belmar. And then he later confessed to
That was on fucking Dateline.
Yeah, he later confessed to like a high school friend. Same with like the kid who was buried in Oceanport. Remember that? He was from New York City. The friends killed him in New York City and drove him to Oceanport and buried him behind like the police station almost in Oceanport.
I think I remember that. There's been tons of things too. Like even in the park at Homedale, something happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just sick people. A lot of people do stuff for money. A lot of people do stuff out of fear. A lot of people just, like the serial killers that we talked about, have some type of disorder. Do you think it's really a truly disorder with some of the serial killers, or do you think it's something more than that?
I think it's a mental, like, that's what they enjoy. Just like you enjoy doing this podcast, just like I enjoy working out.
Yeah, Craig
They
enjoys
enjoy
working
killing
out.
people.
Killing it. Yeah, it's just weird. It's weird to think about. Death is weird to think about. Serial killers are fucking weird to think about. I don't know. Let us know your thoughts. If you have some more shit that you would like to share with us. Stick to your day job, Greg. Greg can't sing.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe because we have some good things coming. We have some videos, live streams.
Matches touring around Gettysburg.
Yeah, that's going to be dropping this week as well. So my time at Gettysburg, that video will be on our YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe and check out nightmare365.com because that's where you can keep up with all the latest from us. And until next time, you know what to do.
Stay spooky.